Okay, so we're going to talk about exercise here. And this is a tough one, you guys, for where you are right now. So if you were in a place where you were very active before and very strong, your body's probably going to bounce back more quickly, but you still have got to take it slowly. Regardless of where you are, you've got to take it slowly. So what I recommend, because this is one of the things, and I don't know why, I want to ask, I'm going to be doing an interview with a couple of doctors and I'd like to ask them about it, but for whatever reason, exercise is one of the things that can knock you out if you're experiencing this long haul chronic fatigue syndrome, long haul COVID kind of stuff. So you have to start back up pretty slowly to see what your body is capable of and how it's going to respond. So I always recommend to do this on a day when you have some time in the afternoon in case you need to take a nap or something like that. And also to do it when you have the next day, when you have not a whole bunch of stuff happening the next day. So to start off with, I really recommend taking like a 5-minute walk, literally 5 minutes, just to see how your body handles it. So when I had full-blown chronic fatigue syndrome, there were days when I couldn't really do a walk. So this is also you getting to know your body well enough to know when it's okay for you to start doing some physical movements again, you know? So I'm going to be doing some very simple yoga with you in some of these that you can do on the days when you're having a lot of trouble, and which I do recommend. And I know that it's hard, but what I found was that getting myself to move physically, to move my body, even on days where it was difficult, was helpful. Now again, the breathing is the first thing. The breathing is the first thing, and even that's going to be difficult some days. Even if you're not sick, it's difficult some days because it's like, oh, I gotta do the breathing again, or I gotta, you know how it is. Anyway, so yeah, you're gonna have to listen to your body and see, okay, it's okay, I think it's okay if I try this out today. And you're gonna know pretty quickly if it is or not. So for example, this morning I went to a beautiful trail on the river, and I took the shorter route, the shorter trail, because I know that my body is, I don't know how my body's going to respond, really. So I started on that trail, and I could tell that I might be in the midst of overdoing things a little bit. Now, what I did, I'm going to tell you guys not to do. So I went ahead and pushed it a little bit. You're going to get more familiar with when it's okay to push it a little bit and when it's not. But to begin with, I want you to not push it. So again, start off with like a 5-minute walk or a very simple strength video, again, just for 5 minutes, and then see how your body responds. You might find that you need to take a nap in the afternoon. I needed to take a nap today after doing that walk, and it was like a mile, maybe, if that. And then, you may have heard me say in other videos, like, I'm pretty hardcore. I can go, when I'm in my normal body, I can go pretty hard for a pretty long period of time. So yeah, and then the next day, the reason that I have you set the next day aside is because if you do push it, then the pattern, what's going to happen is that you may end up being symptomatic again for the next day or more, even sometimes. So that's why, especially for those of you who are super active, just don't push it. Don't try too much too fast. I really just want to drive that home. Take it easy. Take it up in increments. So this week, go for 5 minutes. Next week, if that works for you, next week, try maybe 10 minutes. See how that goes. Then the next week, so you want to slowly build. Slowly. And if you do have a setback, that's okay. Then you start at the beginning again. And I know it's crazy making, right? But what you're going to find eventually, and we'll talk about this probably a lot with this pendulum, right? What you're going to find eventually is that it does start to come back to center, so that you're not experiencing these things of, okay, I'm feeling better, maybe I'm almost completely well, and then swinging back to the other side of being totally symptomatic again for a day or a week or whatever, and then swinging back to feeling better again. So this is a way to help to regulate that and to start moving your body again. The other thing that I would recommend physically is to do some rolling, right? So for whatever reason, and again, I'd like to talk to I will be talking to some doctors about this, but for whatever reason, to me, it feels like there's actual lactic acid buildup in my muscles, and then also just flat out from not using them for, a week or two or however long you're not able to do any sort of physical anything, whether that's yoga or or weight training or walking or whatever. Definitely do not recommend trying to run. If you're a runner, just don't do it yet. Start out, this is where the saying, you gotta walk before you run, really super is true. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be going into more detail about this in the 5-day plan that you can sign up for on my website, livingfrominspiration.com, and in even more detail in the subscription program that I'll be offering starting August 1st. So wish you guys the best. Let me know how it goes. Okay?